You are looking live at the Royale Cheese Arena in beautiful downtown Chicago, Illinois, on the fastest internet backbone in the world, and we are bringing you here on the Independent Broadcast Network once again for Friday night. Friday night hockey is in effect, and it is Black Friday, so everything in the store is on sale right now. I'm Winners with the One. I'm here with Dr. Killinger. Dr. Killinger's back. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah. So we got some great doorbuster deals here.
Yes, yes. You won't want to miss this. Everything in the store must go. And somewhere I've got a window open that's blaring a commercial.
Oh.
And I have too many windows open, so I'm just going to let the commercial go. So.
Well, no one else can hear it, so it's all
Okay,
right.
well, that's good. That's good. I never can tell. But as always, we're not really sure who's actually playing tonight. We're about to find out. I believe, I think we're getting right into this. I think we're getting right into this. Team Fancy is here.
Yeah, Team Fancy is on the ice. There you have it. Let's see if...
So it will be Team Fancy versus the Cock Dragons. And we're asking if it's a real game. And if it is, ASAP Ferguson just got on the board with one. And so it is 1-0 now. And the Cock Dragons have already scored a couple of seconds in. If you want to, wow, I can't believe it, man. Usually this is the point of the cast where we're just kind of scrambling to figure out what's going on while people do an open skate, and we're
not
just
sure
kind of
yet.
riffing. I'm a little flabbergasted here. So without further ado, yeah, if you want to give us our lineups, man. Luchik! Oh! Stop them before they score again.
And for the red team, Team Fancy, we have PK Fancy, Lidl Fancyton, Tawi Fancy, and Fancy Frenchie. And there's a little controversy. The blue team saying this isn't real, but,
Wait, the blue team is saying this isn't real?
No, Luchik said no. And so did
But
Goose.
they're up by 2.
I don't have the right in front of me. Let's see. Anyway, on the blue team, we have Goose, Ace Ferguson, Johnny, and Luchik.
Yeah, neither of which is on the lineups that I'm looking at on these rosters, which are admittedly a little out of date. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we're just going to call it like we see it, man. This may be an open skate. This may be real. We don't know what's real life or not anymore. We just know that it's a 2-day holiday in America. We spent yesterday in celebrating the conquering of our indigenous peoples through acts of gluttony and watching the Dallas Cowboys on TV while in a food stupor, and giving thanks for all the things that our fellow man has provided for us. And then the next day going out and elbowing and stomping the shit out of our fellow man for cheap deals on electronics. So a big weekend in North America, especially America, and a big weekend here carrying it through on Friday Night Hockey. In fact, we did not know if anybody was going to be here for this. Oh, but Luchik is here for it. And a nice chip shot there from distance, his second of the game. And Johnny will get an assist. He's happy about that. And it makes the game 3-0 now, scoreline wise, as we're about halfway through the first period. So, yes, enough editorializing about the holiday weekend. We've got a game on our hands here, and Team Fancy already at a big disadvantage so far. And this one could turn the tide, though. He's going to take it in, Frenchie.
Just glide it in.
Yeah. Take no chances with those kinds of pucks. They're already on their way, and nobody's catching up to him. So a heads-up play by Frenchie, and now they are up by 2. Are this Cock Dragon team, or what may or may not be the Cock Dragons? We don't know. The team that isn't Team Fancy, who is in red.
Yeah, which I mean, that's yeah, all Team Fancy. Which I mean, if you're coming in here on what's supposed to be an open skate and dumping your entire team in here, that's a little off. But you know, not hadn't happened before. The blue
Yeah.
guys, yeah, I've not seen them on a roster before, so I'm thinking that they're in the lead or not. They're a hodgepodge ragtag team of upstarts that taking
Well,
on
yeah,
one
and
of the league leaders here.
that's true. And also in the regular season, you get a little bit of leeway in HQML, probably more than other leagues, as far as if you don't have your whole team show up and you want to bring in some ringers, nobody's really going to say anything. Now, when the playoffs start, which is next week, Killinger, I was looking at I did
Ooh.
not realize that we had already, this is the final week of HQML season 6 regular season. And next week, the playoffs start. And what a playoffs they are. We were just talking about this. I mean, the schedule calls for 4 best of 3 games. Now, I don't know. We're probably going to try to work something out on that. And, uh, but in the meantime, we're still kind of shaking things out to see who is going. I think most of the playoff settings are already there, other than I think everybody's made it in. It's only a question of who will play whom when we get to the standings.
Yeah, it's where you're gonna fall in the seeds. And your mission going blue team's up 3-1 still. But yeah, this the I don't think there's any way we're gonna do 8, minimum of 8 casted games in one night. That just doesn't add up logistically.
Yeah, that's a lot of hockey, even by our standards. But even if I bring the digital waifu into cast again, well, that's a lot of work. Oh,
Oh,
but making it look easy there. PK Fancy from downtown, and he puts one on the board. 14 Fancy and makes it 3-2. So they are trying to get back in this, as they kind of got off to a rough start in that first period, and so now they're starting to even things out. It helps that there's nobody in the net, and so launching from close to the red line back there was Frenchie, and now he and Littleton will circle around and try to hold this in the zone. Lucic is going to be able to carry it out, though, looking for Goose. He's got Johnny down there, too. Shoots, and, he's looking for the redirect. He was going to try to knock that down over the crossbar, and that would have been a cool play if he made it. Would have been a lot cooler if he did, but oh well.
yeah.
Score remains the same. Yeah, Killinger. Yeah, history was made last week. So far, nobody has been able to. Here it is, the tie,
Oh,
Frenchie. And again, they don't have to be pretty, but Frenchie is getting it done now, and Team Fancy has evened this thing up. But yes, it's redundant to keep saying IBN made history yet again, because you could say that pretty much every week or every time we put on a cast here. But last week we made history of the world's first digital only esports caster.
oh man, yeah. That is momentous.
Never been done before. I've asked the experts, has this ever happened before? Nobody can come up with a previous example. So yes, once again, we made history, and she's on our roster now. In fact, I've appointed her as vice president of PR here at the Independent Broadcast Network. So, and also, yes, Ayla will be. She is on Twitter now. She has a Twitter account, and she's going to be going through some training to learn a little bit more about the games that are being played. And Frenchie with a hat trick now, and Littleton 3 assists. And Team Fancy takes their first lead of the game about halfway through the game. But yes, so she's going to have a lot more generic all-purpose types of color commentary things for games of all kinds, and then more specific for titles that we cover here on the Independent Broadcast Network. So it's always good to have extra people on the team, man, even if they're digital only.
Hey, every little bit helps sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But of course, we were lacking the beautiful high definition. I can't teach her to run the cameras just yet, and it's looking a lot better here tonight than it was on my potato resolution that I usually run it at when I do the streaming myself. So there's a shot in front, and that one's going to go wide of the net. A couple of guys in the crease there just trying to get a stick on it, not able to. 129 left in the second. And so all of a sudden, this blue team that may or may not be the Cock Dragons is down by one, trying to recover the puck in their own zone, and they're playing Killinger. I just don't know. These teams that play with no goalie, it just seems to come back and bite you.
Yeah, it's really hard to compensate for that. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I've seen it happen occasionally, but really, really difficult.
Yeah, it's going to cause one extreme or the other, I think, normally. You're either going to bring victory from the jaws of defeat or defeat from the jaws of victory by a wide margin. And man, I love that they keep just trying to do these sort of sneaky shots. Just throw it in front of the net, crash the net, get some guys to just try to get the blade down and try to confound the goalie. But Lucic getting it done the old-fashioned way there with a nice wrister from the right side, and he will tie things up. 25 seconds left in the second period. And so we're seeing all sorts of cool things happening in this game. I'm not sure, we can speculate all we want about whether it counts or who the hell we're actually watching, but an entertaining game nonetheless. Here's a chance in front. Littleton, as he recovered the puck in a very fortuitous spot and found himself all alone in the crease, again, with no goalie. And so that'll be a difference maker as they take him into the third. And so they were losing in the first period. Now Team Fancy comes back in the second period. The balance keeps swinging back and forth. And now we go to the third to see how the final chapter is written. Unless they go to overtime.
Well, yeah, we'll deal with that when we get there.
Yep, as do we always. So off the draw down in the corner, and who's going to get this? They are still hanging on, the erstwhile Cock Dragons, the pseudo Cock Dragons, as they will pursue this into the corner, and finally driven out at the point. We'll go all the way back. Fancy V is going to race with Goose for it. He's going to drop one into the slot. It is intercepted on its way to the intended receiver. And so Big V again will just try to switch the corners up. And now Goose will dump it out to the neutral zone. Here's Lucic. He's going to pick this up. Nice move to get around. And they are off the, had a little 2-on-1 action going there for a bit. And everyone is caught back up with them. They do retain possession of the puck in the zone. They're going to try to set one up here. Chasing it down, Goose fires, and what a big save there from PK, as that one was knuckling and dropping. That is, although it wasn't going very fast, that is as hard a save as you're going to see in this league, I think. Wow. Because it's really hard to tell where the puck was going to go.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's, yeah. The puck can be, well, in real hockey, we all know the puck can be somewhat unpredictable.
Yes,
and
somewhat.
Yeah, Cryptic Seas hockey is no exception to that at all. In some ways, it is even less predictable.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, and the things that these guys can do with that puck, sometimes it's just phenomenal. And we're seeing that already in this game that may or may not count for points in an HQML sense. But hopefully, I'm sure after tonight is over, we'll be hearing from DVD, who has set up the scheduling this year, and he'll give us a better idea of who is playing and when they're playing and who the opponents will be, what the matchups will be. I know that there were quite a few surprises due to the unusual formatting of this year. On the line, and
Whoa.
Littleton pushes it in. It just kind of hung there forever. But he drove it home, and so now Team Fancy has a 2-point lead as we near the 2-minute mark of the third. And that could be a very important goal coming in. Here's one from distance. Swatted away, PK. And another big save. See, saved their bacon there. And now they will have a chance to move it the other way. Back again to the net will be Lucic. Oh, he got lucky there. It went past him, but went off the bar as it went behind him. So the rub of the post being very kind to Lucic there, and we'll see if they have a chance to move this out. They do, and they've got people waiting in front. 3-on-1 break. He's going to send this in. PK is going to wave it into the corner. A minute and a half now. 2-point lead, Team Fancy. Will they be able to hold? Chasing it down is Goose, and he is being chased by Tawi here. Lucic will take it. Very patient with it. At center ice now, Johnny. ASAP Ferguson there. Save made. PK is going to send it all the way down. Oh, just wide of the net. He almost got the goal from the opposite crease, but it's going to bounce in front. They had a chance to follow up on that and held at center ice. Big play there. Team Fancy possession game working in their favor very well here. And he's got two guys on him, and oh, what a nice clear. It's kind of a back clear. He's sort of managed to bounce it back into the enemy zone. And so now coming back around 40 seconds, and several players chasing this one, and he's going to chop one down towards the other side. This will go just shy of the net, and Goose will work from the corner. 25 seconds now. They do get it in the zone. Now back at center ice. And Collision drives them both off the puck. 16 seconds now. Time ticking down. Looks like Team Fancy's going to get this one, Killinger.
Yeah, it's looking like it. 64, 5 seconds remaining. Got one shot here. Nope, blocked.
Oh.
There you have it. That's your final score.
Yeah, and I think that was... I see what they were trying to do strategy-wise, because, PK is one of the best goalies in the game. And so, yeah, they were trying to just kind of get him with those deflection shots. It's like we see in the NHL playoffs when it's, double overtime or something, and the goalies are all standing on their heads, and you're just trying to get something to bounce crazily off a stick somewhere and get the goalie going one way and then just completely redirect it the other way. So that was kind of the philosophy, I guess, behind the elite strat they were using. But to no avail, Team Fancy will take the W. And we'll see if, he wearing actual skates is here for Week Clean now. And he's asking, they will be playing Too Buff to Lose.
Who's allegedly not ready.
They are not ready. Juan's like, get ready then, you goofs.
Yeah, well, he's exactly right.
They're playing League.
Oh, well.
What a terrible, terrible excuse.
The horrible affliction that is MOBAs.
Yes. You're better off saying, oh, they're out smoking crack in an alleyway.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for a team that's stuck in a MOBA for, we already lost like 15 minutes ago, but we've still got to play the rest of this 45-minute round. But we'll watch something happen here in the meantime.
Yeah, this is something.
We do. Yeah, it's an open skate.
Blue. It's
Usually
Team Fancy
we're
versus most of whatever the last team was, plus Galchenyuk.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they've switched up the teams a bit, I see, yes. As PK on the blue team now. And so, yeah, who knows? Yeah, Galchenyuk, Johnny, Lucic, and Goose. Yeah, it is pretty much this. It's a rematch. Except, well, I guess this is an open skate, sort of, and Lucic, no matter whether it counts or not, he's going to make that one count. That was a nice shot. 1-0. And, yes, I'm going to try to let my confusion over what the hell's going on schedule-wise not get in the way too much of calling the action here. Because it's crazier than usual. Lucic, he's on a tear.
It's Black Friday.
Yes, it is Black Friday.
Got the crazy doorbuster discounts. Everyone's going crazy. No one knows what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, it says Fancy V gets on the board. 2-1 now. And you know, it says in the description that everything is 50% off. I'm going to, call me crazy, Killinger. I'm marking everything in the IBN store right now to all the thousands of listeners and viewers that are watching right now. For the rest of this cast, everything in the IBN store is 90% off.
Get the fuck out of town.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm fucking serious, dude.
Oh,
the t-shirts, the lunch boxes, the thongs, the IBN thongs, you'll be able to get it all for 90% off. Just because you are one of the rare-based few people that are watching this cast around the world. You could be watching anything, but you're watching this. You're watching Fancy V tie things up and make it 2-2. But yes.
That is crazy stuff there, man.
Mm-hmm. Just be sure to use the code IBN Casting at checkout to get your 90% off. A bargain at any price.
This red team's not going to try and come back. It's going to try and take this one coast to coast.
Yes, single-minded there. Lucic. Ho-ho! And, yeah, the PK got a piece of that. But just a strong wrist shot from Lucic. Was able to kind of overpower him there. And that's Fancy V with immediate answer. We're tied at 3. So this is fun. Whether it counts for points, it counts for something because we're all here and we're casting it. We're live on Hitbox TV.
That much is very true.
And so, yeah, it's been an interesting season 6, man. We had a different format. I'm not sure. It made for some very crazy outcomes, I know. Such as the Knights of Jerusalem, they weren't going to make it this week. I know that their game is postponed, but they have made it into the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How many games have they won? I don't know any.
Well, they got a forfeit one night. I remember that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they did get. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah. See, that's where
they beat Claude.
Yeah, they beat Claude. Yeah,
those 2 wins right there. Yeah,
that's it, man. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but I mean, they had to work hard to beat Claude, though. That was an instant classic, and this is an instant classic right here. I think, and between is a battle between Lucic and Fancy V, pretty much. But what a battle it is so far! 4-4, a high-scoring first period. And we're not done yet. 30 seconds left. And again, you got PK in one goal, nobody in the other. Here's the shot, the save. Very nicely done. And they will hang on to it here, though. 13 seconds left. Turn around and try to get loose and fire, loses the puck, gains it back, gets it swatted away. And this will go back to the neutral zone. They won't have time to get this off before time runs out. So, yes, kind of a battle shootout style in the first period here, and 4-4 is your scoreline. But yeah, so I don't know. I'd like to see a list of who's in the playoffs, and we'll be going over that in the next week or so. Sure, I'll hear from DVD tonight when he gets home, and he'll have it all figured out. Lucic, he has certainly got it figured out, as he is giving PK fits back there. He's really on a scoring drive.
Yeah, well, assuming they'll score here again, we'll see if how long it takes Fancy V to come back and tie her up.
Yeah. So this was the first season that we split it up into two divisions. So that's why there's the plethora of playoff games, because we have to determine how that goes, and then I don't know. It's all very complex, but
Fancy
PK. Oh my!
Down the entire length of the arena.
Well, he deserves one. He's been doing good stuff in the net, even though Lucic has been pouring it on, and now Fancy V will add to that. He's got 5 of their 6.
Yeah, the other one is from PK Paching. We just saw.
Okay, yeah. So I was wondering how the two division thing was going to work when we get to playoffs, because I know there's promotion and relegation. I'm guessing that has to do with how you do in your divisional playoffs, because they seem to, if I'm reading this correctly, Killinger, it looks like they're divided all the way through. Like next week, the number 1 versus number 4 and number 2 versus number 3 from each division will play each other in a best of 3.
All right.
And then the winners of those 2 games. Oh, Lucic, the dagger. He has 6. Yes, and so the winners from each of those divisional playoff matches next week will play a best of 5 versus each other in the finals. So never the twain shall meet. Now, I'm not sure how the relegation will work from there. It's brighter minds than mine. We'll figure it all out for the convenience of our viewers now.
Above our pay grade, yep, indeed. Yep.
Because I was talking to the hockey guys earlier about, there's been some talk about going 5v5. Now, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, man, but one of the reasons that we did this 2 division thing was to keep teams together so that it made for better play against international teams, where there is definitely a gap still between the North American game and the international game. I think we can all admit that to ourselves or on this cast. And so unless the international game was switching to 5v5, I don't know if it's conducive really to honoring that eventual goal to switch to 5v5 and 6 for Fancy V here. You see what they're doing 4v4. Because we did a 5v5 exhibition bye week here a couple of weeks ago, man, and we were talking about it. That extra player makes so much difference.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how did he miss this?
That was purposeful to me, almost.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because he left it spinning all the way in, and then he just took a whack at it as hard as he could. So yeah, but yeah, I assumed, and the reason I'm talking about this, I was talking to them because I assumed that seeing that, perhaps they had abandoned the idea of international play. I know ping issues have been a factor and all that. I just figured it was an admission of, well, we can never really get this on an even level to have, or at least even enough to have real competitive games with teams from around the world. But the European guys have been working on that. POG and some of these guys have been trying to put together neutral ground kind of servers, and they've had some success. They've gotten some to where there's a variance of maybe 20 milliseconds on some of them. So that's starting to get a little more like it, I think. I mean, that certainly is playable for everybody. And in fact, they were going to try to set up hosting in some various different countries to see if they could get that down even further. And so,
Well, just buy a dedicated server in Taiwan. It's all good.
yeah, yeah.
It's equally shitty ping for everybody.
Equally shitty ping for everybody. I think that's the only thing that really makes international play viable. You know, it's you're never going to have it where everybody's ping's good, so you have to make it to where everybody's ping sucks equally as bad. And Lucic, 10 seconds into the third period, has tied this thing up 7-7. So we are seeing a lot of goals in this particular matchup.
Yeah, you put it smack dab on the other side of the world over there by the international date line. People in Western Russia versus people in the United States, have almost the exact same go at it.
Yeah.
Some of the Western Europeans might get a little bit extra screwed, but.
Well, I'm looking at this. Oh, and I'm looking at that as Goose gets on the board. 8-7 now. Yeah, the Poggy server, it says the Russians were averaging about 105 milliseconds. There's the answer from Fancy V. USA roughly 130. Canadians anywhere from 140 to 180. So, yeah, they're about to Migo and Pog are going to try to set up a virtual server in London and see how that works.
Okay.
In which they anticipate gains of 20 to 30 milliseconds. Now, this seems like, I don't know, kind of nitpicky, but every bit of that helps. And Galchenyuk, he snuck that one past a couple of people.
Making his presence known. He says, yeah, I'm here, I'm playing.
Mm-hmm. So 9-8, the score, 3:20 left in the third, and I think it's safe to say this is anybody's game. And Littleton! Oh, man. He faked to one side, put it on the other side, and ties it at 9. And yes, Galchenyuk with the pass. And so, yeah, this one's, wow. All we can do is just bear witness now, Killinger, and see how it all plays out.
Because, yeah, we're on track here for both teams getting double digits.
And wearing actual skates brings up an interesting question. I can't remember offhand what the highest scoring HQML game ever was.
Ooh, something with 3-pronger in it.
Yes. Yeah, that was what immediately came to mind because they were just blowing people out. But I mean, I'm trying to think of one of those games where it's, it's like, well, we just saw the Knights of Jerusalem versus Claude. That was
a good
15-11 or something like that.
Yeah, that was an actual official game. I rather than whatever this is.
Well, as actual and official game as you can get in a 4v1. And oh, what a nice one there in the corner.
Fair enough.
Littleton.
Yeah, fair enough. 4v1.
But, the fact that Claude was able to score 11 goals on a four-man team, that's the power of Claude. But, yeah, all the ones that I can think of that were big numbers like that, they were usually some sort of, we didn't have full teams on the ice. 3v2s and your weird combinations like that. So it's really hard to say. But there's the wraparound by Lucic, his 8th of the game. Both teams now in double digits, 131 left, and here we go. In the final stages of this one, I dare say, if overtime ever loomed in the distance quite so much, it would be in this game here. The way one team scores, the other team immediately scores, and in response. So now here's a shot at Fancy V from the tough angle. He has 8 in this game, and his team has 11. So now will Team Fancy be able to hold on? Oh, off the crossbar! That could have tied us up there, but no. So it will be Fancy V loose. He gets away. He's free. He's got an open net. Oh, but it goes off the side of the post. And so we've seen a couple of near misses on both sides of the rink. And now recovering this will be the red team that isn't Fancy. And they've got 26 seconds left to try to tie this up. Sent back in front off the steal. Now they're going to get it back. And they'll be able to dump this in. 16 seconds now. There's a steal. And they're going to have time to set this up. He goes into the slot with it and just splits the difference between two players that were there. And neither one of them able to make up that difference. And so, bang, there it is, put it in stone. 11-10, Team Fancy wins that one. Whatever the hell we just saw, Team Fancy won it.
Indeed,
indeed, yes, Fancy is 2-0 on the night. And Claude is here. He's reminiscing about that particular game. Yeah, hey, remember the night that Claude? Yeah, it's legendary, man. It has passed into the lore of hockey.
So see, we clean now. Nice. Lucic says this is real game.
Okay, so this is going to be the Too Buff to Lose versus We Clean Now game, I believe.
Maybe, yeah.
It appears to be.
Except for we've only got 2 people on blue, and I don't recognize either of them as being on 2 buff.
Great.
Yep. So on the blue team, we have Poppy Squad Senior and Johnny. And on the red team, we have Jose wearing actual skates, Juan, and Jingle.
Yeah, We Clean Now. This has been a pretty good team this season. This is one of the new teams that we saw. And they have come out and played hard every week this season. And they've been one of the bright spots of the new talent coming in. And almost gets the goal there. Does he know where this is at? I don't think he saw that puck. Obviously he didn't. He skates right past it. There's Jingle. He missed the initial shot and did not see that opportunity to turn and burn with that one. But they do get the puck back. And, Claude says they have players. Okay, after this. And Jingle's going to get a goal. I don't know if we're resetting this or not. Yeah, they want to Two Buff wants a reset.
All right. Well, if Two Buff get in here and play, then yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how these fuckers type and play. I'll see them skating and passing and stuff, and they're just in there. I don't know how people do that in any game, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I'm a fairly decent typist, but I'd always see people do it like in tribes. They're skiing and they're jetpacking through the air at millions of Sanics, and they're still just, with their mechanical keyboards. It's like, well, that's some multitasking for that ass right there.
Mm-hmm.
So
for Two Buff team, it was like, we're ready. There's not a lot of ready going on.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, We Clean definitely here and definitely ready, as they were proving in that abbreviated stanza that we just saw. And wearing actual skates, like all I want to do is play. I feel you, dog. But this is kind of the meta of Friday Night Hockey. Every week. And people are like, why is it like that, man? And it's like, well, if we tried to put, and we have, real times on this stuff, it's never going to go by those times anyway, so why bother?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, yes, you guys are scheduled to play at 8:49. Oh man, one of our dudes, his burrito's gonna get cold, man, so he's got to eat it. And the other guy's got to text his bay, and it's like,
our half our team's playing League, man.
Oh God, yeah. I'm trying to block that out of my mind, calendar. It has destroyed so many communities. I cannot stand aside and let it destroy this one. I actually care about some of these kids, man. I don't want to see their brains rotted away by this terrible, terrible genre. Did I tell you I found my Twitch TV deleted thing from a while back, thing. But I did manage to find, and this took some digging, my one of my infamous Mobers of the Devil rants that I did at QuakeCon on the official Razer Gaming stream in front of thousands of people. And 10 people are yelling at me the whole time I'm, casting and stuff, and pointing, and oh yeah, we're setting this stuff up over here, So I'm looking around like a crazy person the whole time, but I'm still staying on message. But yes, I did save that. I need to upload that for posterity to the YouTubes. I told people to put their hands on the screen and repent from these MOBAs.
The beers were underway. Whether these whoever the hell's on these teams, we're gonna just go with it here.
We're just going with it. On
the red team, which we're gonna call Two Buff, there's roller skates, Joe, John, and Jangle. In blue for We Clean now, we have Jose Juan wearing actual skates
and Jingle. Oh, for fuck's sake, man! Happy Black Friday, everybody!
Exactly. Hello. And Claude is just doing as usual. You guys are all fucking clueless and leave,
Yeah, well, they're chomping at the bit to play their game as well, which is it looks like they might have had their whole team, because it's kind of funny, man. There was the bye week, but the last two games that Redo the Third had. One of them was Claude single-handedly taking on the Knights of Jerusalem. And then the next week of the season, it was everybody but Claude playing for Redo the Third. So this might have been one of those nights when the stars aligned and they had their whole damn team here to play. So I can understand that. And Jingle! Top shelf where Mama keeps the cookies. He makes it 1-0 with the assist from wearing actual skates. Not to be confused with wearing roller skates or Jangle. But they, not to say that they won't be confused with those players before this match is over with. 2:33 now. And they will take this now. We clean now in their own zone as Jingle versus Joe. Juan gets it past John. John gets it back from Juan. Juan and John, and it is gone. And now here comes wearing roller skates. Wearing actual skates is there. And, oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there's a shot. And score! Joe with a nice backhander with the assist from wearing roller skates. But that was just a good shot from Joe. Too buff to lose. We'll make it 1-1. And, oh, man, this game is going to be longer than it needs to be. I think it's going to be like that.
An entire hockey question mark length version of Who's on First, basically. Basically what you're looking at.
Essentially, yes. We do always say that the names are part of the fun. And I guess this is part of what we mean when we say that. There's a shot from a long distance. Jose is going to make the stop, the rebound off the inside and out. And I can hear the ping of the bar from here, even though there is no sound in Hockey Question Mark, which is a free game. You can pick it up at hockeyquestionmark.com. It's made by Cryptic C. Shout out to our good friend Cryptic C, who's been very busy with Sub Rosa. And it shows. There are a lot of cool things being added to it all the time. And now that civilians can shoot at you now, man.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, well, he said he wanted to make it more of a kind of a living, breathing world, and I think it's really starting to shape up like that. I've been meaning to get into the game, but the hard thing about game dev, oh, what a save there. And who will pick this up on the rebound? They're going to clear it out. Yeah, the hard part of being game dev is that it leaves you a little less time to actually play other people's games.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that gives us a good chance to talk about Juan, as he gathers that one up on the doorstep, and just good puck control, close range. He manages to pick that up and reload it and fire from right over the line and make it 2-1. But yes, as some of you may know, Killinger and I are part of Hell Legit Games, and we are making #Wrecked, the hot new arena shooter that everyone is talking about. And we were took kind of a public hiatus, although certainly not a private one. We've been sweating blood trying to get this thing going. And making games, there's a lot that goes into it. You'd be surprised. And so, but we've been doing a lot of that kind of in radio silence, but we came back out this week with Rec Tuesday, which you can see on the IBN Casting YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and type in IBN Casting, which if you're a fan of Friday Night Hockey, you probably already have, and if not, you totally should, because you'll be able to see this game as well. But yes, we did the Rec Tuesday, and we showed a preview of the new build, which should be out next week, Killinger. People will be able to play the new version of #Wrecked, and I think they're really going to like it. If you go to helllegitgames.com, we've if you played it before, I hope that you will come back and try it again, because so much has been added, so much has been changed in a positive way based on the feedback we've gotten from the community, and it's starting to feel like, a real game.
Mm-hmm. Really, yeah. Yeah. Anyone who's been onto the website and played the old version, the old public version, I think you'll be very, very surprised how much progress has been made when we release this new version soon.
Yep. Sometimes it's baby steps, sometimes it's giant steps. I think this is a combination. There's a few baby steps, then a big giant step or two, and then a few more baby steps on top of that. But regardless, it's still a work in progress, but the progress is starting we're in the stage of development where the progress becomes a lot more apparent, I think is the thing. And coming up on this very channel, probably December the 20th will be the hashtag wrecked Christmas Cup. I think we are going to call it the Christmas Cup, Killinger. Political correctness be damned. One! I'll be damned if that is not a goal. His second, 3-1. We clean now. 2-goal lead. But, it's 5 days before Christmas. If it was earlier in the month, we could make it the Hanukkah hoedown or whatever. But, Bill O'Reilly will make him happy. It's going to be the hashtag wrecked Christmas Cup. And that is free to enter to the public. You can, the courtesy of our friends at the DGL, the Digital Gaming League, they are putting up prizes, including keys to games that are big at DGL, such as Insurgency and Evolve, the upcoming game from, is that Turtle Rock that's making that? Yeah.
Yep,
and
indeed.
The asymmetrical 4v1 monster versus hunter game that everybody's talking about. And so you will have the opportunity to win a copy of that for yourself and a loved or hated one who is playing with you. In fact, Dial from Three Pronger asked if Meffy would be available so he could just be on team with Meffy and get his copy of Evolve.
Well, I don't...
Joe! Say it ain't so, Joe. It is 3-2 now.
I don't know if Meffy's qualified to enter the tournament or not.
Yeah, since he's technically part of he's a staff pro. He's on the Helliger payroll, so I don't know. He is certainly a standout player.
I wouldn't go that far.
Huh?
Well, never mind.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, he's at least as good at hashtag wrecked as he was in the net for the legendary Blood Dragon here on Friday Night Hockey. But yeah, it's going to be big, man. Did I tell you that our new friends at Ura Gaming are putting up 15 servers for it?
That's what I heard. 15 6-slot servers, which is all we need for this tournament.
Yeah,
more than enough. But hey, so yeah, thank you, Raw Gaming.
Yeah, Ura Devil Dogs.
Yeah, be careful with that one, because
yeah, there's the hoorah and the oorah. Yeah, you got to be careful.
And never shall the two meet, because you'll have a lot of problems.
Yeah, and never call a Marine a soldier. A Marine's a Marine. Because I know these things. But yeah, those rules will not be strictly enforced in our rule set for the hashtag Wreck Christmas Cup. But yes, December 20th. That's going to be on Saturday. That is, oh Lord, that's pretty soon, man. If my math is correct,
I think it's about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
No.
And Joe, another one. He gets the hat trick and puts his team up. He's got the bulk of the goals for 2 Buff to lose here. And they're making a game of this. But Juan with the response ties it back up. This is kind of looking like that weird interlude game from a while ago, all of a sudden. As one team scores, another team answers. 4-4 is the result so far as we start to wind down the second period here and go into the third. This is a game 4 points in HQML. I wasn't certain about some of the other games that we've brought you tonight, but this one, I'm pretty damn sure.
Yep, I agree.
So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, no, while we're at it, we're still talking about hashtag wrecked. Steam Greenlight coming up very soon.
Yep,
Vote for us, please.
Get up on there, yep.
What a shot from Juan!
Number 4.
My goodness. And that's a go-ahead goal. Something tells me that that's not going to be enough to be the game-winning goal, the way this is going. But I don't know. We'll see. There's a save and a beauty by Jose. And Jose, can you see this one? Yes, he can. He gets it right out of there. This will go all the way back to center ice. Sorry, this is one of those nights, man. I got to go for the low-hanging fruit. Anyway, I can get it here.
Oh, no worries.
But what a shot from Joe!
Eyes
As,
are up.
again, that off-speed, up-in-the-air shot. He sneaks it past Jose after a very good save. Wasn't much he could do about that one. 5-5. We are tied back up again. But yeah, a lot of things going on. Oh, another close one.
They bobbled it there a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, we'll be telling you more about all this stuff. Here's a big save by Jingle. Or is it Jangle? It is Jangle. God. And they've got a chance in front here, and he got just enough of a piece of it as he got the stick while he was in mid-shot and denied him a goal opportunity. Good defense there. Playing with a little bit of desperation, but sometimes that's a good way to play, especially in this game. A game that, as we often say, Killinger, is a lot harder to play than we make it look with these beautiful images that we're showing you right now.
That's very true. And these pro players here definitely make it look easy as well.
They certainly do. But it's not an easy road left in this game. As we go into the 3-minute mark, we are tied at 5. And I would, even if I were more of a gambling man, I don't know who I would put money on to eventually come away with the W here.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, especially when things like that keep happening. We've seen just as many close shaves and near misses as we have actual points scored. And some of these, I mean, they looked dead on and just did not make their way in. And we'll try to scoop this up here. Too buff to lose. Taking their time getting it out of their zones. They'll set up the pass here to Joe, and he'll send it across. Wearing roller skates, tries to knock this down and control it. Not able to do it on the first touch. Manages to keep it in with the second. Now they will take it over by the side of the net, and this one will go all the way out of the point. Jingle here. John swoops in, keeps it, shoots it, and blocked. It will go into the corner, and that will give them a chance to hold on. And what a shot by Joe. Too buff to lose. Ooh, man, he is putting together a highlight reel tonight with some of these shots. And, yeah, this game is not lacking in excitement. It is 6-5. Too buff to lose. Gets the go-ahead goal. Wow.
And can they tie it up? That's a good question.
Yep.
Clean now is going to try real hard.
Yes, and time is, as they say, of the essence as we approach the 1 minute remaining mark of the third period. And right now, it is Two Buff is just kind of playing catch with it in their own zone, which is a little dangerous, sure, but it does mean that they're eating up time off the clock. And he weaves his way through traffic, and he's got a chance with this. And the shot, it will be wide. But yeah, it's they did do a lot possession-wise there with it. And they managed to get one close to on frame, and so now half a minute left for We Clean Now to try to get this thing into overtime. And here could be the chance. Coming out big is Jangle with the save. Had to check and make sure. I guess I could have just really overdid the accent, and so you wouldn't be able to tell if I was saying jangle or if I was saying jangle. But that's going to do it.
Yeah, indeed, there.
And Too Buff to Lose gets a thrilling and dramatic win here over We Clean Now. That was a good game.
Very much so. Actually, compared to, some of the more humble starts we've had here.
Racism finally lost.
Oh, God.
I don't know if the whole We Clean Now thing really skirts the issue of what is maybe offensive, but I don't know. I can't be the moral arbiter of things here on Friday Night Hockey, or else we'd never get one fucking cast in the books, would we, Calendar? Some of the things that have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, when you get a community of people. They are, the problem with any community of people is that they are comprised of people.
Yeah, that's very much so. Put it than that. As Claude's, trying to say that they're going to be playing a few people. Evidently.
Okay.
Yep, Slim joined.
Slim's here.
He was going to be, somebody was playing Sonic before, so.
Okay, now Sonic is cool. Unless they make a damn Sonic MOBA. Oh, God, can you imagine?
Don't give Sega ideas. It's alright.
Yeah. I'm in a mid lane with Knuckles, man.
Yeah, the jungle.
The stuff of nightmares.
This is supposed to be what? Redo the Third versus who? Or am I getting this completely wrong?
Well, let's go to the schedule and look, Kendra. Let's see. Redo the Third versus We Do Not Pass. Slim being a member of We Do Not Pass. Their roster, according to this strange Google document I'm looking at, is Java, Slim, Parasite, Austin, Tall Midget, and Quacky Face. Redo the Third, of course, led by their Commander-in-Chief, Claude Giroux. They have K-Bomb, Goalie Sco, Duckmeister, Giraffe Killer, It's Been Rough, and Hess. Hess is here. And there's Tall Midget. So, yeah. Hey, we got sort of a... 3v2. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it.
In red for Redo the Third. Before they score a goal here, we have Claude Giroux, Leafs, and Hess. And for... What was this?
We Do Not Pass.
We Do Not Pass. Sorry. There's Tall Midget and My Chemical Slim Ants.
Yes. So the nightcap will again be a goalieless affair, and Claude Giroux is going to take advantage of that. Being fed by Hess, he's just going to punch that in, make it 1-0.
Team. Yeah, why not? No offsides here, so.
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well. They're camping.
Well, they can camp all they want, as long as they don't do that weird pixel walking,
Oh, the boost thing that they were doing at DreamHack today in the Counter-Strike? Yeah.
No legal boost at DreamHack.
Which they cheesed for like 13 straight rounds or something, and did it come back to win? Well, it was a French team,
Welcome to esports.
Yeah. 3-0 break, and this is going to result in another goal from Claude Giroux, who just splits it down the middle. And again, another close range shot. So they are doing pretty well with that man advantage. I mean, we've seen Claude hold his own against a 4-man onslaught. So with a actual man advantage here, he's got a little bit of help. But Tall Midget has something to say about it. He gets a nice backhand shot and score there, 2-1. So yeah, interesting stuff so far. 3 minutes in, and again they will get it off the draw and push it in. Claude got Hess there with a nice pass, and Hess controlled it just in time to get the shot down. And 3-1. It is redo the third in the lead. Hess didn't even receive. That's what she said. And they've got a 2-0 break here. And Claude's just going to baby that one in. And so he and Hess, they're looking like Matt and Dial out here. Three-Pronger had a bye week this week. And they're, of course, firmly ensconced at the top of their division. So there's a blocked attempt. So we'll go into the corner. And there's a steal. And Claude will move it up. He's got Leafs there. He's got Hess there. And Slim able to get back in time and back check and get that one away. So Claude's like, let him score. He wants to play longer. We don't have an official mercy rule. Oh, look at the drop pass there. As Hess is going, and Leafs gets it. There you go. Everybody gets the touch. Yes, the double drop, as Claude says. So some extra razzle dazzle for you in our nightcap here on Friday Night Hockey. But yes, yeah, a couple teams had bye weeks, and like I said, we'll figure out what's going on for the playoffs. And either way, no matter how the schedule shakes out, we'll have all this done by Christmas time, and then we'll start looking at your season 7, presumably, of HQML.
Hard to believe.
4 goals by Claude Giroux. Yeah, contrary to, and I'm not going to name any names here, but I am going to give you the gas face for hating on the premier fucking league in all of North America, the longest running league in America, the best casters in the world. We got fucking robot casters here. What other fucking league has robot casters? Go ahead. I'll wait for you to list them all. That's what I thought. Yes, it is 7-2 now. You're like, yeah, she's really a scrub league that nobody cares about. Well, those are scrub comments that nobody cares about. And Slim is going to get one on the board, 7-3. So maybe they'll be able to keep this close.
Yeah, maybe. There's jokes about Hess switching teams halfway through the game. Because Hess is a rental anyway, evidently. According to Claude.
Yeah, and so, yeah, hopefully, now we're in the late stages of the game, and Tall Midget has 3 here. People forgive me a little bit of venting about the only North American league that is sanctioned by the game's developer and discussed and retweeted about by the game's developer. Featuring some of the best players in all of North America and even the world. People come from all over to play. I had Migo Meepo show up the other day and play.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
And this league gets a lot of love from people that know what's up. So, yeah, I ain't sweating the people that don't know what's up. But I'm just letting y'all know what's up.
Let it be known.
Yep. You give me the mic, somebody's going to get told.
Now we're getting a Dolphin and Hess on blue here. No, Dolphin just out. Yep, there we go.
Okay, Claude is ploinking me. He says that Hess switched because he's a rental. but this is still an official game.
All right, well, that's fine. That works by me.
And Tall Midget, after he says HQML is dumb, scores his 4th goal of the game. Somebody must be listening to the cast.
Yeah, I know. It's
The Storm and
Stormin'
Mormons are
Mormons.
the only true HQML team. I miss the Storm and Mormons.
yeah,
They
they
had
were
Mitt
fun.
Romney and Brigham Young and for quite an entertaining squad while we had them. But yeah,
Bounce around the court or the corners here.
and that's something that's a credit to the players here in HQML, their creativity. I mean, we certainly not just their on ice creativity, but their creativity in some of the naming conventions they use, not only for themselves but for their teams. And Hess will get the goal. And so now that these teams are a little bit more even strength, we're starting to see the scoreline reflect that a bit as they pull to within 1 here. Shot wide.
Yep.
I just saw Tunker popped in, our good friend from Tribes from Puppy Kisses. Says he's never seen this game in his life, but he likes the skiing mechanics.
All right, there you go. Jetpack, no strikes, but he does. He does. He can ski. I dare say.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these guys are very, very good at it. And go for the backhand here. Nice shot by Hess as he catches up to that one and turns and fires and gets the goal. 7-7 now. And so, yeah, we're starting to see it is a real 3v3 out there now, which for a late game, that's good.
Very, very good. I think this is going to be our last one of the night here, as far as
It
the
will,
actual.
yes.
So yeah, the 4th game they had to postpone.
Yeah, that being Knights of Jerusalem and Can't Score, Won't Score. I think there was a thread asking earlier in the week. It is a holiday weekend here in America, and so there was some question as to whether attendance would be an issue. It was either going to be a huge issue or it wasn't going to be an issue because people would be off of work and school and be around. And so, but really it was difficult to gauge from that thread other than 2 of the teams both said they weren't going to be here. Yes, he is here. And he is letting it be known with his 5th goal. And that's a go-ahead goal, 8-7. But yes, the Can't Score, Won't Score, and Knights of Jerusalem game, I'm not sure if that will be postponed entirely and played sometime during the week or what. But I do know from that thread, that's how I knew that the Knights of Jerusalem got in the playoffs.
Well, it's very nice. Good for them.
Either way, this is going to be a fascinating playoffs. It might not feel fascinating if we're in the 10th or 11th game of the night. But I don't know. We'll figure it all out, man. I'm just happy we figured out enough to get through this week here on Black Friday. Shot off the side of the post. He gets his own rebound, and Slim is going to get his 2nd of the game. The assist from Hess, and it is 9-7. And that is about as much of a margin of lead that we have seen tonight. Nobody's really been able to pull ahead by more than a couple.
Yeah, that's very true. This is the widest lead of the game, pretty much.
But hey, you know what,
Right
Killinger?
toward the end.
No blowouts tonight.
That's true. This is the first time in quite a while, actually.
Yeah, it's very evenly matched. We're starting to see some league parity here. such as it is.
Well, it's amazing what happens when you get the majority of people actually show up for their team and want to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's. I don't know, man. There's Slim with his third. He'll get the hat trick with 2 seconds remaining in the second period. Makes it 10-7. It was a very nice and timely goal. And so that will kind of shift the focus as we go into the third period, which should be a tremendous third period, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I look at all the other leagues, and attendance is an issue in all the leagues. And, people got real lives and stuff, that kind of a thing. But those, and when I say, I keep talking about threads, I'm talking about the subreddit, r/hockey ? If you're interested in the game, you should probably check that out. But there was a Thanksgiving thread. What are you thankful for? For me, I'm just thankful that our little community in North America has kind of hung in there, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and
I mean, sometimes it's seems like a tenuous grip at best, and it may all fall apart. But then it just hangs together and it just keeps on rolling. And, new people come in. I saw there's a kid that wants to start an HQML team that nobody's ever talked to. He just said, that was one of the ones where we were talking about, it's a scrub league. You don't care about that. But, it's like create a team from scratch and come in and play. And, I hope that we have more teams like that show up. Because, you bring a little bit of a zeal with them to the table. I think that's good for everybody. Just when sometimes some of these new players have come in have really brought more enthusiasm that kind of reinvigorates even the more cynical, crusty veterans among us. So that's not a bad thing. And Tall Midget, for whatever his opinions might be, he has got 5 goals, and they have got a 4-point lead here.
Ooh, yeah. That is
and
tough.
So we do not pass. And they got that extra player over there. Well, of course, that extra player being Hess. He's pretty good, man.
Yeah, not bad.
But so is Claude, and he's going to try. Oh, it bounces over everybody. And Tall Midget. We'll get credit for that one as it bobbled its way through a couple of players and into the net, 12-7. And wow. See, I shouldn't have said that about there were no blowouts tonight.
Well, this isn't a blowout. They have 7
No,
points.
not yet. And as we have seen, Claude Giroux is capable of scoring a whole lot of goals in a hurry if he gets on one of those torrid paces that he often does. But he's going to have to get it away from Tall Midget and Hess, who have been pretty good here these last couple of periods. What a shot there as Leafs with a backhander. It just grazes the side of the net. And so just shy of scoring, and now pushed the other way. Chance for the steal here again. Leafs is going to get it. He's going to turn away from the defense. Good play there. Tries to switch it to the other hand, and it looks like they got a chunk of it. And they'll try to hold it into the zone, if nothing else. Draft killer going for it now. I'll try to take it away from Slim. They'll just go back to the neutral zone. We're under 2 minutes now. And Claude and his team, redo the third, are faced with the Herculean task of trying to score 5 goals against a team that's looking pretty good here. And Hess is going to add to that. He's got 6. The double hat trick for Hess. Claude says, I quit. Hess says you can't quit. No, there is no quit in Claude, man. When faced with nobody on your team and 4 people on the other team, and your immediate response is, I will just 4v1 you, that is a man that does not have quit in him.
Yeah, that's true.
And as he pointed out, they let we do not pass Borrow Hess, who is technically a member of Redo the Third. So if you were to count all of Hess's goal tally, it would still be a win for Redo the Third. But I don't know. Either way, entertaining stuff as we start to wind down the third period and indeed this very cast. It's an interesting night here on Black Friday, Killinger.
Very interesting. Interesting does not do it justice.
There's something about the last week of a regular season that gets pretty crazy anyway, historically.
Yeah, it's true. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what or why, but
yeah, there's several factors. One, a lot of the standings are sort of determined by that point. So you'll get the teams that are like, well, I don't really care if we show up or not. We're going to be third place in the league no matter what. And then you've got, of course, the people that are playing for their playoffs lives. So, any number of, let's just say intangibles. But looking at the tangibles here, 13-7, your final on that last one. And with that, the regular season of HQML Season 6 is pretty much in the books, barring this leftover game with Can't Score and Knights of Jerusalem, which we'll find out the status of that during the week. And then all I can tell you, folks, is next Friday, some sort of playoffs for HQML Season 6 will begin, as the two divisions will have their battles intra-division, and we'll see how those go, and then we'll take it to the finals, which will be the week after. And that's how it stands right now. But I don't know. A fun night of hockey. I think we're all winners for having watched that. Your thoughts, Killinger?
Yeah, I think none of the games, like I said, none of the games are blowouts, and all those games are entertaining. Most of them definitely last period, if not right down to the wire. And I don't think you can ask for better hockey than that.
No, you really can. Some great individual efforts tonight, and certainly some guys that I think will be wanting to make a statement in these upcoming playoffs, which it's going to, again, this season seems a little more wide open than usual. Last season it seemed like Three Pronger was a team of destiny. They certainly have not lost a step this season, but on the other hand, on any given Friday, they seem at least vulnerable, let's say, or beatable under the right circumstances. We've seen it happen.
They've shown some weakness, yep. Some weakness, not a lot.
And Division 2 is pretty much as wide open as you could ask for a division to be. So, yeah, I think there are some compelling storylines that are developing in this, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch for those who come along with us for the ride. And remember that you can watch all these games if you go to YouTube and type in IBN Casting, and be sure to follow and subscribe, because that is the custom. And when you do, you will be notified when all these games are available. We usually put them up sometime over the weekend after they transpire. And of course, you can find out the latest about Wrecked, #Wrecked from Hell Legit Games. We have the new Wrecked Tuesday up. You can get a look at the new build. You can watch Vorm jumping around in it and running on the walls. So that's I'm really excited about rolling that out. We're going to be talking a lot about it in the week to come and the following weeks to come, as we really start ramping things up with #Wrecked, and that will become eventually a very big part of the Independent Broadcast Network lineup, as we're starting out with these kind of one-off tournaments and stuff. Eventually we'll be doing leagues, And yeah, that's way off in the future to talk about, though. So much in the meantime. And yeah, be looking for that, hellegitgames.com. We'll have that. I'm not sure what the actual day next week that the game will be out will be, but we're just saying next week, kind of going from there. Calendar, I think, is the plan currently.
Indeed.
And a lot happening. Follow us on Twitter, IBN Casting, where we will let you know when we go live. And I don't know. Anything else you want to add to all this, man?
Nah, just follow the Twitter and you get all the information you need.
Yes, and as we go into the holiday season, as we've got Thanksgiving in the books, Black Friday in the books, and Black Friday Night Hockey, and Two Eyes gets one as we leave you with that. So I'm Winners with the One, and thank you as always for watching this stuff. It's we do it even if nobody was watching, and quite often they're not. But if you're listening to this, you were, and so thank you. We're very appreciative of that. And for myself, Dr. Killinger, and all of us here at the Independent Broadcast Network, thank you for being part of it. Have a great weekend wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, and we'll see you next time. Good night.